you mentioned American Beauty and the idea of not changing but evolving. That's really interesting because that movie is about like finding yourself. It's a philosophically profound movie. It's about various characters in their own ways finding their own identity in a world where maybe a system, a materialistic system that wants you to be like everyone else. And so, I mean, Lester is really transforms himself throughout the movie. And you're saying the challenge there is to still be the same human being fundamentally.
Yeah, and I also think that the film was powerful because you had three very honest and genuine portrayal of young people. And then you had Lester behaving like a young person, doing things that were unexpected, and I think that the honesty with which it dealt with those issues that those teenagers were going through, and the honesty with which it dealt with what Lester was going through, I think are some of the reasons why the film had the response that it did from so many people. I mean, I used to get stopped, and someone would say to me, when I first saw American Beauty, I was married. And the second time I saw it, I wasn't. And I was like, well, we weren't trying to increase the divorce rate. You know, that wasn't our intention. But it is interesting how so many people have those kinds of crazy fantasies. And what I admired so much about who Lester was as a person, why I wanted to play him, is because in the end, he makes the right decision.
I think a lot of people live lives of quiet desperation in a job they don't like, in a marriage they're unhappy in, and to see somebody living that life and then saying fuck it in every way possible, and not just in a cynical way but in a way that opens Lester up to see the beauty in the world. That's, the beauty in American Beauty. It's
well, and you may have to blackmail your boss to get there, but
and in that there's a bunch of humor also in the anger and in the absurdity of sort of taking a stand against the conformity of life. There's this humor, and I read somewhere that the dinner scene, which is kind of play-like, where Lester slams the plate against the wall, was improvised by you. The slamming of the plate against the wall.
No, absolutely.
The internet
absolutely written and directed. Yeah, can't take credit for that.
The plate. Okay. Well, that was a genius interaction there. There's something about the dinner table and losing your shit at the dinner table, having a fight and losing your shit at the dinner table. Where else? Like Yellowstone was another situation where it's a family at the dinner table, and then one of them says, "Fuck it, I'm not eating this anymore, and I'm going to create a scene."
Right.
It's a beautiful kind of environment for dramatic scenes.
Or Nicholson in The Shining. I mean, there's some family scenes gone awry in that movie.
The contrast between you and Annette Bening in that scene creates the genius of that scene. So how much of acting is the dance between two actors?
Well, with Annette, I just adored working with her. And we were the two actors that Sam wanted from the very beginning, much against the will of the higher-ups who wanted other actors to play those roles. But I've known Annette since we did a screen test together for Milos Forman for a film he did of the Les Liaisons Dangereuses movie. It was a different film from that one, but it was the same story. And I've always thought she is just remarkable. And I think that the work she did in that film, the relationship that we were able to build, for me, the saddest part of that success was that she didn't win the Oscar. And I felt she should have.